Right. Let's take a look at that. Which one should we look at? Yeah, you know what? Let's go for the Cretaceous era, right?
Hey, video creator.
Shut up. Like, these sounds are produced carefully and with the latest information regarding dinosaurs available. Like, I want to know what studies they did. Like, these are basically a bird sounds. Yes, it makes sense because raptors sounded like birds, likely. I think it's just like mishmash of various animal sounds to make it look like sound vaguely believable, is what I would say. That almost sounds dishonest because even today, very close species can have very different sounds. Exactly. I wouldn't mind it if it was a documentary, right? Because, like, dinosaurs gotta make some sounds, right? But, like, this is, like, entirely about the vocals, right? So, they don't really they don't have anything else to emphasize except for the vocals. And just mishmashing vague animal sounds to make it somewhat believable and calling it a study, I think it's a bit overqualifying, I think. I don't know why they came up with this sound. Can I know, like, why did they give this sound to the Dryptosaurs? Not saying that it's bad or anything, I'm just curious. What, like, ideas went into the sound? Did they present anything? To be most sophisticated in the Julia's rendition, which included combining the booming call of the Eurasian bittern with the growing vocalization of the Chinese crocodile. And then scaling up to a T-Rex's estimated sound of what they got was an ominous Royal Rumble. Okay, citations, okay, concepts, let's see. How loud could dinosaurs roar? Okay, let's take a look. Movies, T-Rex sound vocalization made by elephants, tigers, and tigers. Okay, right, it makes sense, right? The dinosaurs have larynxes, all mammals produce larynxes, so I'm assuming that dinosaurs, they don't roar by, like, human standards by a mammal roar. I'm assuming that's what dinosaurs can't do, but again, the idea that dinosaurs couldn't roar itself, I think it's a bit weird because, like, the roar doesn't necessarily mean, like, mammalian roar. Just making a loud vocalization is also sometimes considered a roar, so... Okay, do dinosaurs need to vocalize at all? I would assume yes. I do find it very hard to believe the dinosaurs were completely mute. Because I think, right, if dinosaurs really, if communicating with dinosaurs, if smell was such a huge factor, right, I think more dinosaur brains would be more emphasizing the smell part, which Tyrannosaurus did have, by the way. T-Rexes did have a huge part of the brain dedicated to smelling, but I don't think we ever really saw something like that for Stegosaurus and stuff. Because I remember looking at a video about, like, the brain study of a Stegosaurus in a documentary. And again, I'm a bit of a couch scientist myself right now. I'm not really deep into paleo right now. I'm more geology focused. Until I graduate from university at least, so... yes. I'm not quite sure what I'm talking about. If there's someone who knows better, put it in the comment section so we can discuss. Okay, right, let's see what they... Okay, concepts. So what do they mean by concepts, and what do they mean by that? T-Rex of spring. Okay. A recent study, sensory and emotional experiences share common elements that can overlap. Okay. This has nothing to do with the dinosaur roars. Okay, right, and okay, so I don't know what that means regarding dinosaurs. This is just saying that yeah, sensory emotional experiences can share common elements, right? So if a hiker hears an unfamiliar sound and sees an unfamiliar animal, they will assume those two concepts to relate to each other. What does this have to do with the dinosaur study? Like, it's an interesting read, don't get me wrong, but it's basically a review from a guy who watched performance of the Rite of Spring. What does this have to do with dinosaur vocalization studies? Okay, new studies proposes that all dinosaurs share a basic lung anatomy, which may have given them an evolutionary edge. Had bird-like lungs. Wait, this is from 2018. How long is this ago? Oh, it's from 2022, so it's from 10 years ago. Okay. Right. They are vertebrates that created a furrowed ceiling in the thorax and associated with the more bird-like lung. It's immobile along the top surface. Yeah, you know what, this is... Right, okay, right, this is just air sacs. They linked the wrong article, make it seem scientifically accurate, hoping that no one would read it. Despicable. I don't know, like, we haven't seen the rest, so let's read it everything, right? Dinosaurs breed like birds. Okay, so this is, again... Oh my god. Okay, right? I'm not a paleontologist, but... What the fuck is this? oh, wait, never mind. This article is from 2005? But yeah, I was about to say... Damn, this is like a very, very old restoration. Damn, that's a terrible art of Majungasaurus. It's not even Majungasaurus, it's Majungatholus. Because I was about to say, is this like AI? And then I looked at the article and it's like 2005. Oh my god, okay. Right, dinosaurs breed like birds. Okay, right. So, what is this one? Tyrannosaurus was no bird brain. Okay, so this is, the thing where, how old is this? This is 2015, so, yeah, this is the T-Rex brain study, right? What the fuck? Huh? Wait, what? Wait, this is from a creational... This isn't even a paleo thing! This is from a Christian website, what the fuck? Wait, I was just like about to say, oh, this is like a dinosaur T-Rex brain study, and they just hit me in the head with God created dinosaurs on day 6 of the creation. Now I make a weird face. All right, let's keep looking, right? Predator scavenger. Okay, the T-Rex debate. Okay, this has nothing to do with vocalization studies. This is just like an article about T-Rex where there was predator scavengers like Jack Horner like stuff. Now look at this, Jack Horner literally mentioned. You know, as he said, you can't bake a pie without killing a dozen men. So, we got Carnegie stuff. Okay, what did dinosaur sound like? Okay, finally something that's like. Right, let's see. Interview Dr. Julia Clark. Learn more about paleoacoustics. Okay, Vegavis had a vocal organ specific to birds, known as a styrenix. Okay. He's responsible for all the vocalization who identifies bird songs or calls. Okay. That means Vegavis most likely honked. The last citation is the one that sort of makes sense. Okay, proportions. Dimension. This is a Jurassic Park render. Okay, right. I get it, right? They aren't actual scientists, but... There's no way they took this website as a source, right? They use this for Spinosaurus. How does this make sense? This is literally an image of render from the Jurassic World, like, evolution website, right? Okay, what is this one then? A computation and analysis of limb and body dimensions in Tyrannosaurus. Okay, now this sounds something. Okay, it has been corrected, okay. We judge that the data in our paper do not suggest support our published conclusions. Okay. We no longer consider our data sufficient to permit an evaluation of how accurate this method may be. Huh. Wait, so they literally said it after, oh wait, we kind of screwed up here. And this article is from 2014. What is this one? Evolution of olfaction. Olfaction means sound, right? Wait, hold up. Olfaction? Wait, that's not sound, right? Is it? It is smell. Huh? This isn't sound. It's about dinosaur smell shenanigans. Okay, what does this have to do with vocalization? Hello? Yeah, I was wondering, wait, that's not really the case though, is it, right? I was about to say that. Wikipedia. Question, quick question. Do bird air sacs help birds make sounds? 3 explanations have been suggested for the development of air sacs. Increase in respiratory capacity, improving balance and maneuverability, as a cooling mechanism. Nothing about this says sound. Wait, hold up. Well, this everything is bullshit. An attacker might be trying to eavesdrop or modify your network connection. Are you kidding me? The last website isn't even a safe article. Keep going. Wait, I remember, didn't someone on Twitter make a video about this? Okay, again, I might be wrong here, but didn't someone make a video on this on Twitter? And I remember someone in this, I don't even remember who, but like someone said that that wasn't accurate. This is the exact same sound that I heard, so. But I think what we really need to emphasize is the fact that Elasmosaurus, it's not a dinosaur. It's not even closely related to one. Like, I get crocodile. I get using crocodiles because crocodiles are the closest thing to related to dinosaurs what we have now, because birds are dinosaurs. So crocodiles are technically the next animal in line that we can base off, right? But Elasmosaurus, like marine animals, were completely far away. I think, like, we usually consider them very close because we've always seen them together in movies and stuff. But in the actual tree of life, I think we got dinosaurs, crocodiles, and like birds and like pterosaurs together. And like, but marine animals like Elasmosaurus and Mosasaurs, their common ancestor goes like way far back, I think. So basically, Mosasaurs, Plesiosaurs over there, like, look how far we are. Look how the common ancestor between these guys and these guys are like all the way over here and all the way over there. They aren't even close. I don't know, using crocodile sounds for Elasmosaurus just sounds like disingenuous? Again, I get why they did that because, I mean, they could have put something on it, right? But like, again, calling this a study, I think it's very far-fetched. You know, just small question, another one, right? Again, no hate to these guys. I mean, maybe a bit of hate, but like, more criticism than hate, right? I don't mind them doing this. But like, I guess whales do make sounds, right? But whales and like, its relatives sound very different. So, I don't know, I never really imagine mosasaurs to be animals like that make sounds. At least not like crocodilian sounds. I would actually like, I would think that these guys would make sounds similar to like a dolphin or a whale or something. Which again, isn't really based on how related they are in a family tree, but how close they are, like what niche they take. Because crocodiles and mosasaurs and plesiosaurs don't really share a lot of a similar role. Most crocodiles live in waters and rivers. Where I think they even took the vocalization of the Chinese crocodile. This isn't a Celti, right? So most crocodiles are like river-based animals. So I think it would make more sense if they use like animal voices of like whales and shit. This is just generic pterosaur sound, right? This is just like classic movie monster pterosaur sound. At this point, they aren't even trying. I think from what we've heard, right? Pterosaurs would likely make maybe hissing sounds or like low grumbling sounds. We've seen those in documentary, but like generic, like squawking sounds for Quetzalcoatlus. Hello? I don't know. I think, okay, this is just my opinion here. Like, a big animal, just scaling down the roar itself shouldn't, like, I don't think that makes sense, right? Because look how different people sound, right? And like a gecko monkey or something. We're all primates, right? But we don't make sounds that are low-pitched rumble of a capuchin monkey or something. I get why they did that, like since it is the closest thing they could get, but just scaling it down and calling it a study is just indigenous, I think. I mean, ingenious, yes, or whatever that word was. Like, I don't like the citations. Like, why the fuck is there like a Christian Science article and some guy watching the Rite of Spring performance review, like, result in this? Like, I like those two things. I don't get how they link. Like, this is the equivalent of watching someone eat ice cream and saying that inspired my video for Minecraft. Like, hello?